Good afternoon. We got a nice breezy sunny day here. I'm going to show you a little bit of redneck prospecting. A lot of folks have a lot of problems with area of separating fine golds from the black sands. Well, we got solutions for that. When I started 40 years ago, we didn't have all the fancy bells and whistles, but we still had the same problems. Now what I'm going to show you is how to go ahead and get your fine golds away from your black sands. To do that, yesterday I panned down some gold that I was sitting there working on. And if you come here, we'll sit there and show you what's in the pan from those pans, from that working. As you can see, there's a lot of black sand in there, but there's also a good bit of gold. Different classification levels. Now, how do you separate all that black sand without getting it in your bottle? Now, I can pan this down. Most of the time, I just take mercury and go ahead and separate it with mercury. Problem with that is that you got to have other chemicals. And I have a hard enough time keeping the revenuers away from my still without having a bunch of chemicals coming here thinking I'm running a meth lab or something. So today we're going to show you how to use the original blue bowl. The redneck version. It's actually, hold on, let me get this gold back down. It's actually your kid's cereal bowl. Now I'm going to transfer this stuff here into my redneck blue bowl. Y'all can see the gold and the black sand in there pretty plain as day at this point. We're going to tap her on down to the edge just like you would a gold pan. And we're going to sit there and work it on down a little bit. Now you just take and swirl your water just around a little. You can usually see where you're at with it. You can see the gold that I've got in it. We'll pour some of this excess water off now. Get her worked to the edge. Now, by taking a gentle motion and running the water around, see how the black sand's coming down to the edge here. We'll take and just help that along. And sweep off some of the excess. I'm keeping the black sands because I'm going to crack them later. And we'll just repeat that. Taking a little more black sand down as we go. Bring it all back up to the edge at the upper top. I actually figured this out one day, eating a bowl of Captain Crunch. Kept noticing how all the damn nuggets that I enjoy eating so much were staying on the opposite side of the bowl when I tilted it. And all the stuff I didn't want kept coming down to the lower part. Just thought that was downright ornery. But it did give me the idea for doing this, believe it or not. Of course, that might have had a lot to do with what I'd been drinking that day. Gradually getting a little bit more black sand out of here. As you can see, the gold's starting to show a little bit more. And we'll work down. We got a good bit more of the black sands here. We'll work all that out. Not much gold going down here. You can pretty well see it with this blue bowl. So you can tell when you've got it pretty well clear so you can wipe the black sands out. We'll add a little more water. Sweep it around a little bit. A little bit too hard there. Pretty good sweep there. Now, let that set. Bring our black sands out. Rinse them all out of the bowl here. Add a little more water. You notice I ain't added no soap or anything like that to it. Of course, in those days, we weren't told anything about any soaps, and I don't think jet dry was really around. Hell, I don't think we had dishwashers in them days other than the two-legged kind that we married. Don't let that get out. The idea is just sort of rinse all that black sand away from the gold. You can see where the gold's coming down a little. Push it back up. Move your black sands away. You really need to use a little less water, I guess, in this. Probably should have poured a little more off. We'll do that now. Most of my gold's staying up there near the top. This gives me the means to go ahead and rinse out the bottom portion of it. And just keep an eye on your gold so that you don't pull any of it out. Add a little more water, we'll do it some more. Pour some of that off. We'll take gold, push it up. Black sands over. And let's rinse it out a little bit here. As you can see, it's starting to come pretty clean. Nothing quite so frustrating as having a bunch of gold. You put it into a bottle at the end of the day and then notice you got all these black sands in it. Now you just do this a couple times and you can see that black sand coming away from it. Rinse some of that out. Don't want that piece of gold sliding there. For y'all that didn't know about gold floating, I think you've seen a couple pieces there that did. It's caused by the surface tension of the water. That's why you use your soaps. We didn't know all that nonsense back then. Well, it ain't nonsense. It's fact, but we still didn't know about it. Just tap her down. Circulate our water around a little bit and let it wash some more out. As you can see, it's cleaning this up pretty good for the amount of sand I started with. lost the gold pan to the wind. Sure am glad my gold wasn't in it. Alrighty, getting right down to the nitty-gritty here now. Comes with having too much water in there from time to time and the wind fighting it too. And that's how you clean up your gold and get all that black sand separated from it. Didn't take now a few minutes here. I hope y'all enjoyed this. That's how the Blue Bowl originated. Well, at least in color. Y'all have yourselves a great day. I gotta go stoke up the still here so I can get my Social Security check worked on. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.